And we are live. Hello, everyone. This is Dimitri from Greatest Interest. Today, in our fifth episode already of the Crypto Boo, this live stream will be about analyzing the so called Ocean Protocol. Like previous episodes, I will be making use of the guidelines provided in my course about trading Crypto Bull of the same name. Um, yeah, those are my cats. Sorry. So we will do live analysis as per usual. I did not much preparation, so the Ocean Protocol is an unknown to me. So today we will discover what's it all about. I'm going to start sharing my screen here. So the guidelines I will be using are retaken in my course, The Crypto Bull, How to Maximize Your Profit Regardless of the Market. In it is a dedicated page, which I will immediately show to the viewers, with some golden rules how to analyze a project, on what to watch out for in order for it to be a viable project, something worth investing in. So let's go immediately to the course itself. So here we have the Crypto Bull front page and dedicated chapter where to invest. As we can see here on screen, the golden rules are well, it's actually a general description, but to maximize profit, there are a few rules to follow to help make up your mind and choose a coin to invest in. These golden rules are looking up historical value. The graph should look like something as indicated here on screen, so steadily going up, or at the very least, if it concerns a stable coin, have a stable value like that. We are going to take a look at the community and dedicated websites, the newsrooms and hashtags concerning the cryptocurrency. Why? Well, a healthy cryptocurrency project to invest in has active community, at the very least, daily or weekly updated news articles, trending hashtags, or at least updates on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. We are going to use Lunar Crush for this, and we are going to see who the influencers are, and naturally a modern, up-to-date website. So, without too much further ado, let us begin. So, I'm going to go towards CoinGecko. It is how to say, an information source, a little bit like Wikipedia, but concerning cryptocurrency. Now, unlike Wikipedia, there isn't an entire description. Well, they give it, but with various articles. But in reality, it gives a list of different coins and also the different hyperlinks towards communities, dedicated websites, etc., etc. So we are going to analyze Ocean Protocol. I see here Ocean number 106 at overall. Contract migration. So there is movement here from what I can see, but let us begin. What do we see on screen? Ocean Protocol, shortened Ocean. It has a current value of 1.16 US dollars. On a 24-hour notice, it has increased in value with 26.9%. And underneath it, in relation to Bitcoin and Ethereum, how much it has moved. What do we see? I see two dedicated websites, probably the general one, and the other, blog.oceanprotocol.com, implies a direct link towards their user blog. Ethereum Scan, Blockchain, and Explorer, those are the tools to explore their blockchain, see what's moving. Contract, see MetaMask here. Wallets, supported by Ledger wallets. Community on Reddit, Twitter, Telegram. I believe that's also a Telegram channel. They've got something on Slack and probably a dedicated forum. Their source code is available on GitHub. What is it about? Well, generally the hashtags indicated on screen tend to tell me something what's it about. In this case, yeah, it's a token. I could deduce this from the Explorer, so it's going to be an ERC token. It deals with protocols, storage, and makes part of the Polkadot ecosystem. Polkadot has been covered in one of our previous episodes and was about Web 3.0. So I'm assuming the Ocean Protocol is going to be an application or a protocol making use of the Polkadot ecosystem. Now, let's continue. Firstly, in one of the first golden rules I talked about in my Crypto Bull book course was to see a trend line, its historical value, and that the line should be going upwards. Now, this is on a 24-hour basis. Looks good, but naturally, I'm more concerned about its entire historical value, and so I click on max. What I see started May 4th, 2019, up until today, March 3rd of 2021. I see here it was quite calm, but reality, it's going upwards. In all actuality, it's more like something this kind of move. Yearly basis, graph remains the same, but yeah, general uptrend, 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 uptrend. By zooming in, certain, how to say, events can be noticed, as you can see here. Well, it was, well, at average, it's a bull run, but I see, for example, here in February, there was a little bit of a down period, and same here. Now, generally, I would say try to find out what is the reason behind this move. Now, coincidentally, seeing the crypto market is hot topic lately, these are nothing more but market movements. It is not related to events tied with the coin, but how the market has been going in the last couple of weeks. For example, in the last couple of days, since this live stream, I know there was a little bit of a, I'm not going to say bear market, but a little crash here, which is indicated by lower value and suddenly rising up, which coincides with what's happening in the last couple of days, last 2-3 days, last 30 days. And you can see if I zoom out that there's once again on short notice positive trend line, but still upwards. Now, 14-day basis might seem negative, but I'll look at it like that, like that. At average, it's positive. It's one of the reasons why I tend to zoom in on historical value, always go for the long term. By reason, you get a much better view on how it is performing. If, for example, people start well, bashing on Ocean Protocol that it's a bad project, for example, and they start showing this graph, yeah, I might be inclined to believe so, but by going through the motions, I know it is actually performing quite well. So, what's it about? Let's continue. So, exchanges where it's present: eToro, Crypto.com, Binance, Finex, Binance once again, Gates.io. So it's available on Binance, but not on Coinbase and Kraken. I just noticed I'm doing it here in Dutch. Sorry, going to translate it towards English. There we go. So, about Ocean Protocol, handy thing here that I put on. Short description, so we're going to read it. Ocean Protocol price today is 116. Trading volume, Binance the most current active market trading it. Could be deduced from here. It is an ecosystem for sharing data and associated services. Can be important. This lets me believe it might be tied to, well, be akin to something like Chainlink, one of my more favorite projects. Chainlink itself is a coin which enables to communicate off-chain information with on-chain information. For example, if you have a project whereby there's a monitoring of the gold value because you have a stable coin, and well, you have pegged that stable coin on a certain amount of gold that's being backed by it, well, a smart contract and Chainlink will enable through trusted servers, trusted sources to communicate the exact price towards a smart contract so that, yeah, that a smart contract performs. So by seeing this highlighted part, I'm assuming it's going to be akin. So it provides a tokenized service layer that exposes data storage, compute, and algorithms for consumption with a set of deterministic proofs on availability and integrity that serve as verifiable service agreements. This indicates me it has, well, tends to be a contender for Chainlink almost, with the exception this one's being built with, well, is active on the Polkadot platform. Ward against civil attacks. Yeah, helps to unlock data, particularly for AI. It is designed for scaling use blockchain technology that allows data to be shared and sold in a safe, secure, and transparent manner. Okay, so it's a protocol akin to Chainlink. I know there are a few details here, but what I can tell here about the about of Ocean protocol, it is very, very akin. Probably few technical differences here to provide last mile service to connect data providers and consumers. Okay, well, the difference between this one and Chainlink, from what I can tell, is that Chainlink is being used for letting smart contracts function. This one is slightly broader in the sense that it will also connect off-chain information with on-chain information, and certainly connect certain dots between, well, it indicates here, to connect data providers and consumers with data. That's it. So yeah, it's going to form a certain bridge between on-chain, off-chain. So on the blockchain, off-chain. Sorry, I'm going to rephrase that one. So it is going to be used for, in general terms, so not all too technical, um, to connect off blockchain information to the blockchain itself, thus making a connection between the data providers and consumers who work on the blockchain. So, in itself, that's the kind of protocols which will become very important in the future. That's a given, I'm going to say. It is something I tend to, well, have a good feeling about. It gives a certain measure, a certain added value, because most protocols, most coins are being, well, established to be related to DeFi as intermediary coins, or related towards finance. Ocean Protocol, from the first impression that I have, is much broader and will have a much better base to, well, function. So this one might become a very important one. So anyway, we're going to take a look at the communities and its dedicated websites. Here, Ocean Protocol and Block Ocean Protocol. Now, first going to look at the general website. Immediately loaded quite fast, indicates it's being updated and lighthearted. So, well, lighthearted. That it's updated, modern. But there we go. Sorry for from time to time to being distracted, but my two cats are being a little bit playful, so I'm keeping an eye out on them. So I wanted to say, yeah, the website itself, modern, updated, which implies active community, probably making use of it. So it's a new asset class, unlocks the value of data to publish, discover, and consume. So once again, you are greeted, I'm going to say, with a short about section. Scroll down. Data tokens. So this implies links towards their blog, blockchain superpowers. So yeah, you've got developments that they are posting about. Then there's the news and events. So product updates which are happening. Ocean DAO, deadline approaching. And they give the amount of block subscribers. Quite nice. Oh, they make immediate links towards their social media. Online, next event, so there's an entire event line. These two have paused, should be updated, but yeah, we're the third. Yeah, needs to be a little bit updated here, but yeah, not all too bad. Featured in, well, BBC, Forbes, Wired looks okay to me. By reason, these are quite mainstream outlets. So yeah, can earn, learn, collaborate. So looks quite nice. I'm going to see what else can we do here. Earn staking Ocean dataset in Ocean Market, so you can earn Ocean. Quickly scrolling down and through it. Not going to get too deep into the earning phase at this point. Might be for after this live stream, if it, how to say, tickled my fancy a little bit, then I'm going to get deeper in on it and probably will try to get my hands on some of it. Got to say, well, with their about section and it being more or less akin to what Chainlink, to me, it already has awakened my interest. I'm not going to do it in detail here during the live stream, but you've got all the links as shown during this live stream already, so you can explore at your own leisure. I'm going to do a quick scroll here. So build, publish and consume. So it's an ERC20 token. I give you the information, GitHub, Discord. So yeah, they give you plenty of opportunities. Assigned to roadmaps and paper. That's the one. So they give out what their plans will be. Distribution, technical primer, technical white paper, released in February 2018. Pre-launch. Oh yeah, they give the entire roadmap of everything what has been done to date. So Ocean Dome up, and here are the future admissions. Nice. So yeah, I would say look it up at your own leisure. From what I can tell, they're about halfway in their roadmap. Plus, developers should be quite busy. From what I could tell on the news articles and events, it is being quite active with active development. So, on more chains such as Moonbeam, yeah, it can be interesting for future investors to see what awaits, and probably there is going to be one aspect still in development here, which future-wise might make it, well, something quite big, quite important. Slowly scrolling down here, you can't immediately see something which piques my interest, but we'll later on take a further look at it. But in any case, those are bonus points from my point of view. So roadmap papers. Now, what I'm trying to look up here is a white paper. Oh, I'm a little bit being slow here. Ocean white paper. So we've got white papers here. Quite important to me that they are available. Take white paper. Let's do this. Not going to look into detail, but you can tell if there's a white paper available, the more power to the project. Why? It means the developers are being open about the project, open to criticism, open to feedback. It also helps to create an understanding with the investors and the developers who want to make use of the protocol on what it is about, or what the possibilities are. Generally, when a project lacks a white paper or lacks, how to say, quick and easy access, it means something's off, and that it probably has to do with a hard copy of another project, and that they adjusted a few details, which might indicate they are more about a cash grab and not really about development of being active with blockchain and decentralization and cryptocurrency in general. So that it's more about the money and less about the possibilities that the technology brings. The fact is, it's available. Looked over it, but bonus points to them by reason. Well, it is mentioned, and even entirely on top here with ocean white papers implies they are going to be very open. I can look into it into detail. I know I've done it with a few other projects. This one is going to be quite technical from what I can tell, and sadly enough, I want to keep these, well, technical analysis a bit short, but clear for everyone. I'm not going to get too deep into detail here by reason, well, I will have to explain a lot of technical terms, a lot of technical background, and we simply don't have the time to do that in detail. So, most important here for investors to keep in mind, ERC20 token, so it's built on Ethereum blockchain, makes part of the Polkadot Web 3.0 platform, is akin to Chainlink, that it will connect off-chain, off-blockchain information with on-chain information, making a liaison between offline and online information. I've got to put it like that. So for that reason alone, it's already quite important and piques my interest. Ocean's tool architecture. So yeah, if you're a technical guy, look it up. Click on the various hyperlinks. It's available. So what else? I'm going to close this one. Well, was a more community get funding collaborators. You never know. Price partners, so Roche, X Prize, Zuka. With Ocean Protocol, I've got to admit, none of these tell me something about them. But yeah, there's a lot of, I'm not going to say new companies, but small companies who are into, I wanted to say sustainability, that's not the right word. Innovation, that was it, which are much smaller than the, well, big companies, but are actually actively building the future. None of these names say something, but from what I can tell, yeah, tends to be quite good. Well, tend to be quite good. There's variation. People have an interest. There's more than two or three, and none seem to be really related to each other. Decentraland? I believe this one's related to Decentraland. See a few here, which I know will encountered in previous episodes and previous technical analysis I did in private. So yeah, can be interesting. More, yeah, but we had press. That's an important one. Media contact, brand identity, press releases, 3 months, 4 months. And when it concerns press releases, on an almost monthly basis, but it seems there's a good gap here. Oh no, 2-month gap, probably this month somewhere. That's going to be released. Newsletters, that was one of the golden rules. Yeah, okay. You can subscribe to them. Not subscribed here, not going to do it immediately. I was hoping to see some news articles. Not too bad, because the next website is their blog, which, well, is as equally good. So, Ocean Product Update, February 12th. Just going to take a look on the publishing dates. 12, 10, 27. So yeah, on a regular intervals, they give updates, means development is ongoing, community being active. And they've put it in a variety of subtabs. Investment tip, if you've got more time, more than me during this live stream, it might be interesting to always take a look at what the articles are about. Key Ocean DAO round 2, so it means there's something going on, special event. But some of these titles, some of these articles give away something about development, what blocks are, certain walls, certain problems encountered, how the community reacts, how they solve it, etc., etc. It can be interesting by reason if there's open communication. Well, that community is healthy, that project is in continuous development, and, well, I'm not going to say erasing mistakes, but correcting mistakes. A lot of cash grabs and bad projects will encounter such problems, but either do not communicate it, or B, well, they ignore the community and keep on going so that they can drive in all the cash. Here it seems not a case. They're open about it, so active development, actively contributing, which is nice. Up. Let's look up the communities. Very important. We've got Reddit, Twitter, Telegram. I believe that one's also Telegram. The Slack, and naturally their own website. Reddit with Johnson and Johnson. I like this one to see. Johnson and Johnson is quite now known. With Unilever Foundry. Twitter, Twitter, no, Reddit. My apologies. As a dedicated page, from what I can tell, some big names attached to it that I did not immediately notice or recognize on their main website. But Johnson and Johnson, Unilever, those are big ones. BMW Group. So might just be general articles being posted in the Reddit group, but it might be the case they are being linked to it in one way or another now with Johnson & Johnson, yes, and with Unilever Foundry, yes. But yeah, here BME Group might be something more general. Partner with digital commerce. Same rule applies here like in the blogs. You can click on the articles, go into detail, perhaps explore certain walls, certain problems, certain solutions being shared here on the community. But from what I can tell, these are mainly news articles. What they're doing, who's adapting towards, well, the ocean protocol, etc. Now, from what I can tell, it is quite good. See your community. Ask me anything 10 months ago, March 2020. Wouldn't be surprised. I haven't looked too deeply into the reviews and into the events, but well, that this year might be another AMA going on. But from what I do notice, the Reddit doesn't seem to be as active. By reason, most posts tend to be 10 months ago, and not much comments here. Yeah, I mean hot, so that implies those are the latest ones. Oh, most rated. Yeah, Reddit doesn't seem to be that active, but can suit as some sort of well, newsroom, I'm going to say. Let's look up Twitter. New data economy. So they've got a Twitter account, 50,000 followers. Nice. Pinned. Now, what I want to see here is, well, quotes from their community, so users, supporters, or at the very least, regular updates from the developers and social media accounts. It's open, so Ocean Protocol, Ocean Protocol. So from what I can tell, it's mainly them posting, not really quoting their own community members. Normally I would give it minus points, but from what I can tell, yeah, there's quite a few likes going on, so it seems the community is, how to say, supporting, but not very actively supporting with feedback and comments, etc. Now, rest assured, it might be the case it's because it's a solid project and not many problems are arising, or simply because Ocean Protocol, I have to admit, I only heard about it since joining the CryptoBelgia.com group with a few guys who said, yeah, it's quite good, it's quite good. But I've got the impression this is one of those projects being slightly undervalued for one reason or another. Despite that, it looks quite good to me. So yeah, that's where it concerns the Twitter accounts, liquidity pool. Their Twitter seems to be quite active. The developers will give regular updates, so perhaps the community needs a little bit more love here. Got to give it a like. I don't know. Community, nah. Going to give it a like anyway, but yeah, that's on Twitter. So there are people who like it. Telegram channel. Here we are. Don't look at too much at my private messages. These are the ones chart of interest where my cursor is. Updates, can I? No, I cannot make commentaries, but yeah, generally tends to be used as also another newsroom. What's it about? A bit sad that I don't see much community interaction. Close this one. There's another Telegram group. Haha, that's what I like. So they've got two channels on Telegram. I'm going to close it. One is for regular news updates. The other one is for community interaction. The one I quickly close now to secure the privacy of the users therein. Indicated me that there is an active community where people can talk with each other, with the developers, etc., etc. And from that I can tell 11,000 members. So I am assuming the Telegram channel is the channel to go through to learn as an individual about Ocean Protocol and have some community interaction and feedback. That's a hot tip. Now, Slack, what a shame. Yeah, they have a Slack, but it tends to be for the developers, so no access here. And actually, their own community. To take a quick peek. Yeah, so once again, being redirected towards some news, market share, so on their own website blog. When it concerns community, I'm a bit sad to see, that only the Telegram channel is the most important one to have immediate feedback. The Twitter account is actually a good second, but yeah, apart from the many likes I saw, not many remarks or communication from the community out. Might be the case, and that's just a personal opinion, personal feeling. By reason, it looks good. Uh, I'm probably going to get deeper into it on in a later period of time. By reason that, as mentioned before, it's a bit like Chainlink, connecting off blockchain information with the blockchain itself, which is something interesting, is going to be about, it makes part of the Polkadot ecosystem, so is attached to Web 3.0, which, in my opinion, future-wise, is a solid one to invest in. Another great point is naturally its value over time being, up here it's exploding, but I know in reality it is in an upward trend, which I like, which implies that if I invest now with the next crash, I'm going to say, not knowing when it will happen, then I might make some decent profit future wise. Naturally, I do not invest to make a profit. Profit is secondary, it is something handy I like to have, but I tend to only invest in projects that I can put my full support after, whereby I know in the future they will make an impact. This one definitely going to make an impact just because of its setup and being related towards, the Polkadot ecosystem. So, is there anything else? So we covered its historical value, which is a positive. A look at community and dedicated websites, positive, updated, nice and smoothly. Newsrooms and hashtags, plenty of newsrooms and plenty of spaces where you can gather the news and see what's going on. Active community, there's the Telegram channel, which is mostly active, but sadly enough, on the other platforms like Reddit, I don't see too much interaction. Might be something specific, and that if you get involved with the project, that they automatically push everyone towards the Telegram channels by reason of it being more easy for developers to communicate with them in a secure environment, and not everything put out on the centralized internet, I'm going to say. So the hashtags, more than up-to-date website. I'm going to look up Luna Crush just to make sure. I know we've covered the social media, but perhaps there are a few things that I can discover here. 115, steadily growing. So these are all the hashtags related or mentioned in quote with it. Partnership to me, what do you think? From what I can tell this year on Twitter, those are tweets I didn't notice, but that's one of the reasons I like Luna Crush. It gives additional detail about social media I did not immediately spot by doing a quick glance. So we have here a variety of users making quotes about Ocean Protocol. With a fair sharing base. I'm going to look here at the screen. So naturally, Ocean Protocol itself is its most is the most influential in the ranking system. But I can tell there are a lot of different influences here. Dummy, Whitehead, Instock, Crypto, Wally. Click View All. And this is one of the powers of Luna Crush. It gives you an immediate mentioning follower rank, amount of engagement, likes, followers for the accounts mentioning it. So if you see big accounts making quotes, it implies there are few important people, few people with a big voice making support of the protocol, which implies it is added value. Naturally, some of these influencers might be in for, hyping the project up and not necessarily have share their support because of it being a good project, but simply because they got a few free coins. No, through their influence that they can up the price a little bit and then sell off a little bit. I'm not going to bash on fellow YouTubers who are fairly known throughout the crypto sphere, who tend to make publicity about certain coins, which gives it an uptick in value, and they give away their free coins. But yeah, anyway, not going to do that. So here's one, 11,000 followers. Yeah, I'm not going to count the Ocean Protocol itself because that's cheating. Crypto Elise, for example, 11k. This guy or gal, 30k. Respawn 10k. Seems I'm here with the serious ones. One's a Polkadot guy, 25k. Yeah, okay. So from what I can deduce, there are a few heavy hitters here which support the Polkadot network. I'm going to get back here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Taking a look here. Here we go. So what can I conclude about the I was going to say Polkadot. No, about the Ocean Protocol. So, quick recap. It is a project about Web 3.0, about connecting off-blockchain data towards the blockchain itself. So it makes it akin to Chainlink, which is, to me, an investor's hot tip to invest in. So it makes it quite solid. It has an active website, updated, plenty of possibilities to follow the updates, news, and developments going on in the project, which is a plus. Community itself isn't as active, especially the ones mentioned on the CoinGecko site and explored on their own website. However, this might be the case by reason that the developers are pushing people more towards a private Telegram group so that they have a certain amount of security in mind. This implies, sorry, so this implies that they have centralized the community a little bit and not have a variety of communities spread throughout the internet. It gives a certain amount of transparency about the communication going on, which in itself is quite positive. We've taken a look at the historical value, and we did notice, uptrend in general. Currently the price is a little bit like slight tilt, but like that. But watched over a scale, uptick is always moving up. So for investment purposes, on the surplus value, it brings us connecting off-chain information with on-chain information. Its historical value being in a general uptick, its active development I dare say this is quite an interesting project. Me, definitely. I'm going to look further into it. Might make an investment in the community. Well, not in the community, in the project itself. So, yeah, quite interesting one. I'm not going to say it is a hot tip, unlike Polkadot I had 2 or 3 weeks ago when I analyzed that one. But I dare say it is positioned quite nicely, and I will probably be taking it up into my portfolio. And I advise anyone who is concerned about the decentralized internet, about, well, Web 3.0, this project here is quite the hot tip to get involved in. So yeah, that wraps up this episode. Hope to see you guys soon. Next live stream with Cryptobelia Dutch spoken is this Saturday. We'll be talking about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, and a little bit about crypto art. Other live stream in English is with my friend Abu American. We still haven't got any topic at the moment. Might be the case we will be also talking in English about NFTs. And yeah, then there's the next episode of Crypto Bull. Like always, leave a comment down below which kind of project you want to see analyzed in the next episode. So yeah, this was Dimitri from Gracious Interest. Hope you guys liked this episode. If any questions remain, leave them in the comments. Reach me out on Twitter or Telegram if you're in one of the Telegrams group. You guys know where I'm in. So yeah, always available for questions. Have a nice one.